There's a difference between moving out and moving away. Justin Duggar and Claire Spivey bought a home in a whole other state. They moved away. But unlike so many homes in the Duggar family, their modest Texas abode wasn't sold to them with a wink and a nudge by Jim Bob. If Justin really bought his house on his own, where did the money come from, and does this mean he's totally independent? Even by Duggar standards, Justin Duggar is pretty young to be married. He and Claire married on February 26th of this year, when he was 18 and she was 19. It seemed that their parents and the couple themselves were counting down the days until he was a legal adult so that they could make this happen. That's, well, creepy. And while there's very little overall agreement on marriage age beyond no children, waiting until right after an 18th birthday is just as weird. It's not that Claire is too old for him, it's that they both just seem too young for this. Not according to Justin's life milestones. At a time when people close to twice his age are wondering if a house could be in their future through any means but inheritance, he's a homeowner. Scratch that, he just purchased his second house. The first house that Justin bought was, at least on paper, purchased for $1. Now maybe there was more to it, maybe there wasn't, the Duggars do not willingly share their secrets. But what we do know is that the property was purchased from Jim Bob, as was the case with many of Justin's siblings. Whatever Justin may have bought the property for, whether it was truly $1 or not, he collected a tidy sum for its sale. According to In Touch Weekly, he reportedly then sold the house for $195,000. One assumed that this was a considerable profit for Justin and helped make him and Claire ready for the next step. The next step was purchasing their new home in Texas, hours away from the sprawling Duggar clan's holdings in Arkansas. Their new residence is not exactly spacious, clocking in at 737 square feet. The home, purchased just over a month ago, has an estimated worth of about $134,700. There are no indications that it was Jim Bob who made the purchase of this new home. In fact, the house has apparently never been in Duggar family possession until Justin and Claire made it theirs. So there are really two options for how Justin made the purchase. The first is that the first house was every bit the sweetheart deal that it appeared on paper. If so, Justin would have sold the house for a pure profit and then used those funds to buy their new house close to Claire's family. That sounds like quite the boon to him and Claire, not just teen homeowners, but teens buying their second home. The most likely alternative would be that there was some form of help from the Duggars or from the Spiveys. After all, they moved very close to the Spiveys. Some families will offer a financial incentive to newlyweds. But that's not exactly the image that Justin and Claire are trying to project. Claire has previously asserted on social media that Justin is very financially independent. Justin paid for the ring, she insisted. Not a dime of it was someone else's money. He's super motivated and does well at his job, Claire praised. He's been graduated for quite a while and has a full-time job, she wrote. When you and your siblings are all poorly homeschooled, graduation can happen at almost any time. He also worked part-time while in school, so he'd be prepared to be on his own. There are basically only two ways that a teenager who does not win the lottery can come up with that kind of money, and neither of them involve part-time jobs during high school. The first is that they have rich family members who either hand them money or high-paying jobs, basically. The second is that they apply for an OnlyFans the second that they turn 18 and do extremely frankly alarmingly well. Well, Justin Duggar is no Danielle Bregoli, for better or for worse. Sex work doesn't really work well within the Duggar family, church or cult. Justin does have rich family, so a gift like the house or working jobs, especially for Duggar friends who are fellow cult members, while having no real expenses, could help. We have to remember that part of how closed communities like this work is by employing each other, buying from each other. That's how so many Duggar children with no actual qualification or education get jobs and startup capital. The cult looks after its own if you're a man in good standing. It's possible that this home purchase is a step for independence for Justin and Claire, but only time will tell.
That's it for now, thank you for watching, please subscribe to stay tuned.